Look, I'm going to start this video by saying I am not a Harry Potter fan. Never have been, never will be. I can't say that I will enjoy anything that comes from the Harry Potter franchise. I've never liked it. I've never been a huge fan of it, right? However, I also am objective enough to recognize the ridiculous nature of recasting Severus Snape to not look like Severus Snape. The new Harry Potter HBO show has found its Severus Snape, and he's not what you were expecting, or depending on how cynical you are, which, again, yeah, I mean, everyone saw this coming, it's exactly what you were expecting. Papa, I think that's how you pronounce it, Papa Isidore has been offered the role of Hogwarts Professor of Potions in the upcoming series, another adaptation of the series of novels by J.K. Rowling. Severus Snape was played by the legendary Alan Rickman. Yes, absolutely an amazing actor. He's done plenty of wonderful and amazing things. He's been an incredible actor, and many of his roles are absolutely iconic. You know, I mean, he's a fantastic actor. Really is. Severus Snape, played by Alan Rickman, you couldn't have hoped for a better guy to play him. It gets so entrenched into the role, it's impossible to see him as Alan Rickman. You just see him as the character. He really is amazing. In the movies, as far as I can tell, he was very well liked by Harry Potter fans, partly because he closely resembles drawings of the character prior to the films, an example of which you can see below. So here's a drawing of that, Alan Rickman. Yes, this is the Severus Snape drawing. Very clearly looks like Alan Rickman from the side profile. Any actor taking on the role has some mighty big shoes to fill. In other words, Isidore has appeared in the TV series Gangs of London and the remake of Murder on the Orient Express, as well as the BBC Ministries Anne Boleyn. This also, THR also says that Mark Rylance is close to being signed to play Albus Dumbledore. I wonder if they're going to inject the gay love story that they were trying to do most recently and portray him like it's like a flaming queer homosexual, just because of all the stuff that they've shown him as recently, and J.K. Rowling's revelation that, oh yes, he was always gay, yes. Okay. So they race-swapped Severus Snape. Everyone knew it was coming, but it smacks of dishonesty considering how the show was sold to the audience. From the moment it was announced, HBO's initial expo said the Harry Potter series would be a faithful adaptation of the iconic books. To help maintain the fidelity of the novels, J.K. Rowling was brought on as a producer. She's actually gone on a statement saying that she's in favor of changing Hermione Granger's appearance as well, in terms of her ethnicity, for a modern audience. Casting call declared Warner Bros. Was committed to inclusive, diverse casting, and that any sex, ethnicity, or anything else could audition for the role. What are the odds that Harry is a girl now? Yeah, that's a good question. We haven't gotten any announcement on who Harry Potter is. So absolutely. They've done it again. They've race-swapped another character. And I know what they're going to say. Oh, if it just shouldn't matter what skin color they are. It shouldn't matter, so why are you getting upset at the fact that it's a race swap? Well, if it shouldn't matter, then there was no need to race swap them in the first place. If it doesn't matter, then it shouldn't have mattered when you race swapped them. If the color of a person's skin doesn't matter to you, the casting director in Hollywood, then you shouldn't have bothered with changing the ethnicity to begin with. Because it doesn't matter, right? So why change the ethnicity? Silly. Also, I just find it hilarious. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Harry Potter, but I do know that they call Hermione Granger Mudblood. So that's going to be really, really funny if they keep that line in there, those dialogues, those insults, and they happen to cast Hermione Granger, who's supposed to be, I believe, a redhead, and they cast her as a black girl, which is just more ginger side, by the way. I love how much they just completely destroy every ginger in every media outlet ever. In every representation of a fictional character that happens to be redheaded, they're just like, oh, no, that's a black person. I personally think it's gonna come off so wrong. If anyone gets this joke, please just don't get offended. I personally believe that with how racist Hollywood is, they see ginger and their dyslexia takes over and they cast based off their dyslexia. Oh, okay, that might be a little bit offensive. All right, if you could figure that one out, congratulations. If you get offended, whatever. I apologize. Okay, shut up. Oh. Okay, let's get back into this article here. It's almost like they're signaling that this is the way they're going with this new interpretation. It's also amusing that Papa Isidro starred in the Anne Boleyn miniseries, the one that presented a historical British monarch as a black woman. Yeah, she was white. And he played her brother George. Harry Potter is relatively new as a piece of literature, but it's become a huge part of Western culture in that time. And much like portraying Anne Boleyn as a non-European race, I believe this is an attempt to correct the history and culture of the West. Remember when everyone thought Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav was a cold, hardline businessman who was going to stop the woke nonsense and focus on profits? Turns out he was not the hero Gotham deserved at all. Yeah, so basically, it's another race swap that doesn't need to happen. Harry Potter is getting the same treatment that a bunch of other massively successful franchises have gotten, with pointless race and sex swaps, and I'm undoubtedly sure that they're going to mess with the story, because that's what they do nowadays. That is exactly what they do. They take something that was already massively successful and was incredible in terms of the actual fan reception, and well written, well put together, and they just crap on it. They tear it apart, they eat it, they dig it up from the grave, absolutely molest it, and then take a crap on it. That's exactly what they do with every single successful franchise that they completely destroy time and time again. And it's no different with Harry Potter. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Harry Potter, but I'm also not above recognizing that they were well-written and massively successful books that shouldn't be messed with in terms of the story. The closest adaptation you got, and the best adaptation, was the movies, and you should probably leave those alone as well, just like you should with Lord of the Rings. Because, gosh, we've seen how ridiculously bad things have gotten with that. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys have a great day and a great rest of the week.